So this year, in order to stay in the game to the degree that I want to be in the hobby, I made quite a few changes to my platform. The sole inspiration, really the purpose behind this change, was budget availability. Like my budget, my FPV budget is pretty much gone. In order to make that work, I had to cut out as much money from my builds as I possibly could. So, luckily, over the past year, there's been a lot of product advancement in the budget arena. And so I want to take you through some of the changes I've made, and you guys should be able to see how all of this reflects in my flight videos. Now, I just want to preface, I am not going to state necessarily what I paid for these parts, because every single part you see on here, I found on sale. So not only was I saving money, and a lot of these were a pretty big sale, because on some of them I had discounts stacked. So not only are you going to look and be like, there's no way he saved that amount of money. Yeah. If you play everything right and you always have just a couple bucks sitting around waiting to jump on a deal, you can save a lot of money, especially if you don't play the game of buying onesies, twosies. If you buy 3 or 4. So you guys all know the rule of 5, the rule of +1. I've heard it called different things. It basically means buying more than you need when you buy. That has the benefit of being able to either get you into that free shipping bracket, or being able to spread out a shipping cost amongst more parts, thereby bringing their unit costs down. But I was able to cut my build cost by just over 40%, and I still have enough parts sitting around to make 2 drones. Let's get into it. So something phenomenal happened this year. ImpulseRC, in releasing their Apex, and I guess having a lot of stock, not just themselves, but also spread around, a lot of their vendors, people that sell for ImpulseRC, has made the alien frames available at a budget price. Now, when I say budget, it's not a Source One $27 budget price. If you look right now, they're running $35-ish, maybe 38-ish, okay? And I say it with that uncertainty for this reason. I went with an ImpulseRC Alien 4-inch body and am using 5-inch arms on it. This is affectionately referred to as the Alien 4.5 frame. Okay, now what that does is it tucks the nose and the tail in just a little bit, to where it really adds a lot of durability to the frame, just reducing some of that stretch, especially on your crashes and all. And then I'm also running this is slammed, and so you can see, if you look at these standoffs, that there's just not much there. So this is a very, very tight build, but nonetheless, I was able to get these, and I got 3 of them when I did for $35 a piece. The other big thing that you'll see right off the bat is the motors. I am running the Xing-E motors, and with this being my entry into the 6S game, these are 1800 kV. These are the 2208 1800 kV variant. These run about $15 a piece. They are definitely less than the Primos by about $5 per motor. I ended up finding these on a double discount sale and paying something like $11.65 per motor. Yeah, so I did really, really good on these. And on all these things, no shipping. The camera. Now, for a while, I was running the Micro Eagle. Micro Eagle is a $50-ish camera, $50, $55. Upon seeing some of the reviews and the people using the Caddx Ratel, I decided to give it a shot, and I haven't looked back since. This Ratel is everything and more that I've ever wanted out of a camera. In that, I paid about $31 a piece for the Ratels that I'm running. Okay, so you can see right there, there's a lot of money saved already. Now, the other area where you can save a lot, or where you can find a lot of discrepancy in part pricing, are your flight controller ESCs, okay? I was running the Heli Nation Talon flight controllers. Now, they're priced right at around the $30, $32 mark. And after running the F7 last year, I mean, I just determined that I don't need the F7, okay? And so I'm going to save a few more bucks by going with F4. Well, these Mamba stacks I found on sale. This is with the F40 ESC. And for you guys that are familiar with those Mamba stacks, the F25s or whatever they are, they have that one pad sitting outside the standoffs and the other two inside. And I just didn't prefer that. I also like the amount of filtration on these. Now, I'm not going to take this off because it was just a little bit of a pain to get on there. But there's a lot more capacitance, you know, right on the ESC itself than on that other offering. And with running 6S, I felt like that was just the smarter thing to do, just to make sure that if anything, I was over-spec'd. But these stacks I got for $47 for the entire stack. 47 or 49. So I got a couple of those. And I've not been running TBS VTXs for some time. I've been running the IRC Tramp, and that's because I was getting the same performance with all the same Bennett's for a minimum of $20 less per comparable VTX. Last, I've got a Crossfire receiver tucked in there as well. Going to this has saved me a lot of money. And look, just for when I need them, I even found a sale on these at one point. I've got some Source 1 sitting around. I might even put together a basher or two just so that if there is something that I just want to huck a drone at, I'm not going to think twice. But look, I got to tell you, I got this first Alien up and running, and I thought, you know, okay, time to start running it. One of the things that made me a little nervous were these 4mm arms. I'm like, man, these things are just a little bit thin compared to the stuff I normally run. Bro, let me tell you, this frame has been, hands down, the most durable frame I've run. I have had to replace 3 arms, and only because I've destroyed the motor protection area. And instead of running these and potentially damaging a motor bell, I decided, well, I'm going to change the arm. And I mean, they were ground way down. Okay, they were completely busted apart. Like, there was no repairing that. But I have not broken an arm, despite trying in a lot of ways. So, this is what I'm running. I just put Betaflight 4.2 on this one. This is my second build. Not my primary. I want to make sure that I've got all the kinks worked out of the firmware before I throw it on my primary. But the primary is exactly the same in every way, shape, and form except for the Betaflight version. So now for footage, I have always been a proponent of the GoPro Session. I think that its weight, its form factor, its durability due to lack, you know, it doesn't have a bunch of extra screens or anything, is just the way to go for everyday thrashing and bashing. But I was able to get one of these for no money spent, Hero Black 8, and so I'm going to start incorporating this into some of my shooting as well. With that, being that the Alien 4-inch body is not as popular of a frame setup, I also took the opportunity to jump into 3D design and put together some mounts that, you know, are bolt-on mounts for the Alien 4-inch body. That one obviously being for the Session. This is an older design, so you're going to have to bear with the ugliness. I had to do some things to fix some repairs and chop some of the mount out of the camera view and things like that, but this is essentially, the major design points are the same. It's just a cleaner design, my final, but I'm not going to not use this until I've completely broken it. One of the things I didn't like about the GoPro 8 mounts is how you had to pry this side apart in order to push the mount in and out. And in doing so, it actually tore up the top of the mount right here. And so Chuck and I were talking, and we thought, well, why don't we just put together one that kind of goes together like this, like a sandwich. I've been calling it clamshell, even though it's really not a clamshell design. And what you do is you put a strap around like this. Oh, good Lord. And you put a strap around, and that strap is essentially what keeps the camera in the base and the top on the camera. Makes it really easy to swap ND filters in and out, because there is an ND filter slot buried in there. Again, the other design is a lot more elegant, but this is still doing the trick. And again, a native Alien 4 fitment for a bolt-on mount. So all in all, trying to bring it all together.